If y'all are dead broke and 16 grand could change your life, then y'all need to pay attention. Uncle Sam is
pulling him out. Keyshawn.
YouTube, y'all know what time it is. Teofimo Lopez accepts Keyshawn Davis fight, but on one condition. Here's Teofimo's demands. Let's get it.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, two-division world champion, superstar boxer, who's the reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion. Teofimo Lopez, 20 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 13 wins by way of knockout. 26 years of age, 5'8", with a 68-inch arm reach. He finally responds to undefeated lightweight, now stating that he'll be a junior welterweight title contender, Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn the businessman Davis, right? He stated that Keyshawn Davis, we know the reports is going running rampant that Keyshawn Davis brutally knocked out Teofimo Lopez Sr.
Bro, that is crazy to think about. Imagine your daddy getting dropped on by your top op and he just flexing that over you. I mean, Keyshawn didn't bring it up because Shakur did, but the fact that that information is even out there, that's crazy.
Father, trainer, and manager Teofimo Lopez Jr. in front of Teofimo Lopez, right? And Teofimo Lopez is responding to that. And Teofimo Lopez is stating now, Keyshawn Davis has been calling him out. Keyshawn Davis confronted Teofimo Lopez at the fights last Friday. And he confirmed that he knocked out Teofimo Lopez 5 years ago. And he's saying he's willing to go up to 140 pounds and challenge Teofimo Lopez, which would be a big fight. Keyshawn Davis is from Virginia. Teofimo is from New York. They could fight in Madison Square Garden. They both were top ranked. They both were legendary promoter, top ranked CEO, Bob Arum. It's a fight that they can make, right? A fight that should be easy to be made. And Keyshawn Davis is saying that, I knocked out your dad. I don't like the way you've been acting. Don't like the things you said, right? So let's fight. Let's make it happen, right? And Keyshawn Davis is 10 wins, no losses, no draws, 7 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'9" with a 70-inch arm reach. Now, you would look at Keyshawn Davis' record and you would say, this dude only has 10 fights. Well, he stayed in the amateurs for an extensive period of time.
That's facts.
And he was attempting to become Olympic gold medalist. He ended up being Olympic silver medalist. He lost out to Andy Cruz a few times, and he came in second place, right? So he never was able to become Olympic gold medalist. So that's why he doesn't have many fights as a pro, but he has fights as an amateurs, a lot of fights as an amateurs, okay? And so with that said, he's saying that, he's willing to make the fight happen with Keyshawn Davis. This is Teofimo Lopez, that is. He's willing to make the fight happen with Keyshawn Davis. Should they be allowed to fight in Honduras? So he wants Keyshawn Davis to fight him in Honduras.
That's really no surprise because Teofimo put out a tweet maybe last week or sometime, and he was like, my next fight officially going to be in Honduras. So we already knew his next fight was going to be in Honduras. We just didn't know who his next opponent would be. He turned down fighting any chance of fighting Shakur, Tank, and Haney because he said the judges and the refs and the commentators and all is going to be against him. But shit, everybody was against Floyd, and guess what he did? He went in that ring and he beat Oscar De La Hoya. So that's really just duck talk. But
okay. And he's saying that, a ring is a ring. So now, again, Keyshawn Davis is calling out, Teofimo Lopez, and he's saying that he wants to fight Teofimo Lopez, right? And he don't like the comments, so on and so forth. They got history, right? And so now he's saying that, I don't mind fighting Keyshawn Davis if he truly believes in himself. I have no problem fighting Keyshawn Davis. He truly believes in himself. Then we could fight in Honduras, right? Because a ring is a ring, no matter where you go. And if you truly believe in yourself, why does where the location of the fight, why does that matter if you truly believe in yourself?
That's a good point.
Right?
It don't.
And that's tricky, right? Teofimo Lopez himself has never fought in Honduras.
Our mission in Coding Dojo is about redefining what's possible in our students' lives. If you are interested,
right? And if he did, it was as an amateur very early in his career. Fighting in other countries like Honduras and Puerto Rico and Mexico is very, very tricky, right? It's one thing to fight in like Africa or Saudi Arabia, places of that magnitude, right? No slight to the small islands, but these small islands, it's very tricky when it comes to the judging. It's very tricky when it comes to, the scoring and everything is completely different, right? The sport is viewed completely different. It's not viewed the same. So that's where it becomes extremely tricky, okay? When it comes down to the two. Fighting in Saudi Arabia, is different. Now, when you fought, when Devin Haney fought in Australia, everybody was concerned then. Everybody was
Facts. Devin Haney fought for undisputed in Australia, then defended the title again in Australia. I'm pretty sure. So whatever you can say anything about Devin Haney, but he the man. He earned his undisputed. Some people say he got mailed his championship. He only got mailed one belt. He had to go earn the other three, and he defended it twice and won twice. So
Harry then, and they was like, man, listen, they're gonna fight in Australia. They're gonna get it right because we saw that Manny Pacquiao Jeff Horn fight, and many people thought that because Jeff Horn was in his hometown of Australia, in his country, he got the benefit of the doubt, and he got the nod, he got the home cooking, and so that's the same way people view Keyshawn Davis and Teofimo Lopez situation, right? You're gonna go to Honduras and fight. First of all, are they going to be able to have the stadium, the funds, the location, all of those things matter, right? And I'm all for fights going to different countries and different places. I'm all for that because it's called World Championship Boxing. Okay? When you a champion, you are a world champion. Meaning you fight other fighters and you're a world champion from all different walks of life. So I'm completely on board with that. But you also have to be very, very concerned and very cautious of where these fights take place. You have to be very, very leery of things and how things are conducted in other places, right? You have to be. And so with that said, right, this is obviously a concern for Bob Arum. Right. Not just the fighters, but right. Bob Arum is going to be. Bob Arum didn't want to let Devin Haney go to Australia.
Thanks.
He didn't like the idea, right? It's just concerns. They do things different. Cool Boy Steph going to Japan to fight Naoya Inoue, the monster. That was a concern, right? You got to go over there early. You got to get adapted. Now, Honduras is not the same thing, but it gets leery. When fighters go to Mexico, why you think those fighters don't fight in Mexico often? Right? Canelo Alvarez, he fought at Azteca Stadium against John Ryder. When the last time he had a big fight, major fight in Mexico? They don't do it. Jaime Munguia fights there sparingly, but why? Because things get sketchy. Things get extremely sketchy. So, if I'm Keyshawn Davis, if you want to take this fight with Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be the A-side. Is it a situation where...
Keep It Quilted means you keep it the best. 3 layers of plush comfort you can see and feel.
So I'm gonna stop the video right here. I'm gonna give it a little run back of what I think about it. Teofimo Lopez dropped his nuts. He said, "I'll fight you, but it's gonna be in Honduras." Um, Obviously that's a little bit sketch because neither one of them are from that country or from that nation. So it's gonna be interesting to see the dynamics of how we know the crowd gonna be pro Teo because he's of Honduras descent. But if or when that fight happens, it's gonna be real interesting to see the ring walks, where the location is gonna be because it's not finalized, but more than likely it's gonna be Honduras. And I'm excited, bro. We get to see a high level fight between a businessman and they call him what they call the takeover. Between the businessman and the takeover. Should be fun, should be fireworks. With that being said, man, like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody who need to hear Winter Road to 2K. We're gonna get that cut him off your too strong, and I'll lay y'all till next time, dog.